Your personality creates your personal reality. Now, let that land. If you want to change your life, you have to change yourself. But how do we actually do that? Hi, I'm Sarita, and I help you heal yourself so you can rise into version 2.0 of yourself, stronger, lighter, more aligned, and ready to manifest a life that truly reflects who you are on the inside. Now, I just want to take 30 seconds of your precious time. If you're new here, click to like and subscribe so you get notified when I post more videos like this one. My mission is to reach 1 million people and help them heal their past, awaken themselves today, and live a better tomorrow. Because if you work on yourself, your life too can totally change. Now, let me tell you about a very important topic: you and your mind. Everything around you is made up of atoms. Your phone, your car, pens, paper, clothes, even to the extent of your body. And atoms, they are 99.999% energy and 0.001% matter, which means you're not just a physical being. You are energy. Your mind and body are energetically connected. And when you shift your mind, you begin to shift your life. But here's a mistake we all make. We try to change our lives by only focusing on the physical and ignoring the energetic. And that's like trying to upgrade your phone by charging the case instead of the actual software. Now, this will bring me to meditation and spirituality, but you need to learn how to tap into that energy in order to make a positive change in your life. Now, there are three major forces that stop us from creating lasting change. That is your body, the environment you're in, and time. And in this video, I'm going to break them all down for you. So let's start with number one, your body. Now, let me ask you a question. Does your mind control your body or your body control your mind? Now, we think our mind is in control of our lives. And yes, it is when we're learning something new. Our mind is what is in control. But when you learn that thing and it becomes a habit, then our body takes over control. Now, at first, your mind is the master, but over time, your body takes over, turning the repeated thoughts and emotions into habits. And by the age of 35, most of us live 95% of the day unconsciously on autopilot. Even things like brushing your teeth, worrying, or overeating, your body runs the show. When you try to make a change, like waking up earlier, quitting sugar, going to the gym, your body resists. It says, go back to sleep. I've got this. And what do? We just obey. This is the habit of being yourself. And it's the habit we need to break. Now, let me give you some examples of your body being in a habitual state. You remembering if a phone number or a PIN code is working, but you can't remember this number until you actually dial it with your fingers. And then it dials and you all of a sudden you remember it. Or you could be driving to work or your kids to school. You change your gears, maybe talk to the children, maybe speak to someone on the phone. You navigate the traffic. And before you know it, you've actually arrived at the school or your workplace. And they all become an automated function. A person may want to be happy, healthy, free, But the experience of hosting 20, 30, even 40 years of suffering have subconsciously conditioned the body to be in this habitual state. We live in a state of habit and we have no control of our thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and actions. And what happens is we end up living unconsciously. And this is a habit that we need to break. It's the habit of freeing ourselves. Now, we can all relate to this. I know that whether you're addicted to cigarettes, alcohol, chocolate, shopping, eating, the moment we stop that habitual action, chaos happens between the body and the mind. Some people believe that positive thinking is the answer to making a change. The positive thinking never works because your body and mind are actually not in sync. So change can't happen. The body and the mind have to be in alignment. For example, you may have a thought in your mind saying, I'm abundant, but then your heart is saying, no, I'm not. I don't have enough. And what was the result of that? Incoherent thinking and feeling. Now, the change happens when your feelings and thoughts are aligned. And to do this, you have to unlearn the old thinking, the old feeling patterns, and relearn new patterns based on who you want to become. Number 2, your environment. Every day you wake up, you live the same routine. You wake up on the same side of the bed, you put your robe on, you look in the mirror, you shower, you groom, you drink coffee, you have the same breakfast, put on that same jacket to go to work. You use the same route. You do all the things you've memorized over the years. Then you see the same people who push the same emotional buttons and you think the same thoughts day in, day out. You come home, you binge TV or Netflix, and you go to bed. And the same thing happens the next day and the next day and the next. Now think about it. Has your brain changed at all that day? No, right? And you expect something different to show up in your life? How is that going to be possible? When you think the same thoughts, feel the same emotions, and then do the same actions every day, then nothing is going to change. And according to the quantum model, you attract more of the same. The input is the same, so then the output will also be the same. And obviously, you won't create anything new. And what happens is that your environment ends up controlling your mind. And if you keep having the same thoughts, same emotions, the same beliefs and actions, you will create the same reality. Now, to create something different, you have to change the way you routinely think, feel, and act every single day. Number 3 is time. Now, many of us live with negative memories of the past or anxiety and worry of the future. But your body doesn't know the difference. When you recall a painful memory, your body reacts as if it's happening right now. For example, if you remember an argument or a traumatic event from the past, your body automatically shows symptoms as if the same thing is happening again right now. The same chemical response is triggered, and your body thinks it is experiencing the same event again. Every time the body is chemically triggered, this is what we call a stress response. Whether you see a lion, you bump into someone you don't like, or you freak out in traffic because you're late again, what happens is you're tuning in the stress response. And did you know that humans are the only species that have the ability to turn on that response by your thought alone? And when this happens again and again and again, it becomes really harmful to us because we are not designed to be in a constant stress zone. And if we do carry on this wave, then we are surely headed for some sort of breakdown in the body. Your body is using excess energy to keep you in that state. And when you spend more energy fixing what's wrong on the outside, you end up causing damage to your inside and you end up getting sick. Maybe a cold, maybe backache, because you're storing that energy within your body, headaches, shoulder pains, organ failure, or even something more severe like cancer. Now, these three things, your body, your environment, your time, they all keep you in survival mode. To create real change, we need to stop living in that survival mode and shift into creation mode. Now, creation mode is when you're doing something so fulfilling, you forget your body, you forget time, and you forget your environment. And Dr. Joe Dispenza says you have to go into a state of nobody, nothing, and nowhere. Now, according to Dr. Joe Dispenza, you can access this creative state through meditation. And meditation is the best place to start constructing your new self and your new reality. Now, without meditation, we live in the mode of first I do, then I have, and then I will be. For example, you think, I learn to drive a car, then I will drive it, and then I will become the most proficient driver. But with meditation, you go straight from thinking to the being. This method is so simple yet so powerful. And I'm going to ask you to do it now. So go and get a journal and open a fresh page. If you need to pause this video, pause it now and go and get that. And then, like I said, get a fresh page. Write down the thing that you want in your new life. For example, you want to be more confident. You want more money. You want not to be so shy. Maybe you want a new job. Write that down. And then what I want you to do is feel the emotion for each one of those things. For example, how would you feel and how would you show up as a confident person? How would you dress? How would you walk? How would you stand? How would you talk? You really have to get good at feeling the emotions as if you always love that thing. And what makes this really powerful is that writing helps you to get really clear. Now, why does this work? This works because emotion is the language of the body and thoughts are the language of the mind. And when you align both, you create coherence. And that's when real change happens. Dr. Joe says that people who get results are the people that believe in the power of this tactic. And he also says, don't worry about the how. That's the universe's job. Your job is to be crystal clear about what you want and how you would feel to already have it. Then the subconscious mind will make you do the rest of the work to make it happen for you. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please share it with 3 people who will benefit from doing this powerful technique. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications to stay updated on this journey. Thank you so much, beautiful people. And until next time, much love and namaste.